Why does he dance? He dances because he is excited to play Subnautica. Hello everyone, he says again in desperate hopes for people actually attending, and you should probably be nice, but well. Looking forward to another session. We've had so the last two sessions have been unfortunately interrupted by technical difficulties, so this time round I'm hoping for at least a little bit more success. So at the moment we're up to run number 29, so again apologies if you're watching on YouTube. At this point they haven't yet been updated or uploaded, but I'll see if I can work some magic and get those uploaded shortly. In terms of where we were and what we've done, so for the last two episodes, again I do that in quote marks because they're not really episodes at this point, they're just like VODs, but we've got a few words that we've picked up, quite a few of which are a little advanced, potentially quite specific as well, but I've not got any grievances for that. Well, you know me, I like the unusual words, and as long as it helps me play more of games I love, I'm not really complaining too much at all. So let's take it away. So haven't read this menu for a little while as well. So 新しいゲームサバイバル危険な未知の惑星に不時着した資源を集めながら水と食料を確保し生き延びる。素晴らしい。Let's go survive and see how far we can get today, because we got to the point last time where I stupidly managed to make the scanner, and then rather than use it for what it's actually intended to be used for objectively, I thought I'd start to scan some acid mushrooms, which basically ended the run straight away. Not wise. So let's take it away. I'm going to do something I don't often do, which is go into the storage right away, and I'm actually going to drop off my fire extinguisher, Shokaki. 1 for space, 2 so I don't need to keep reading it, because of all of the things in the game, it's the only thing I pick up every time without fail. So, 医療用キット製造機救命キットを取り出す。はい、let's go. I'm not going to pin things because I feel like we have the first at least 5, 10, all of the minutes down to a certain degree now, so we'll just go straight in. I will turn that down so I don't deafen myself. There we go, perfect. I can actually hear things now. Yes, it did. I'm going straight for the air tank this time. So, so far, nothing to report. Funnily enough, I don't actually think I've seen any bugs in Subnautica ever in my time, which is good. Fabricate を使う基本素材、開く、チタニウム、基本的な建築素材。はい。個人用ツール、装備品、and 標準酸素ボンベ、O2、乱合、混合。Every time I do that. 混合. So it's the same kanji that we see in Konlan. So we've got 混合、圧縮され、呼吸に適した空気。So there we go. We'll make that. That'll make things significantly easier. And we've got 大容量酸素ボンベ。新たな。Never mind, it's gone. But that's already got us survivable, so let's go. And some spare titanium as well. So 基本的な建築素材。脱出ポッドから出る。Let's go. So this time we know exactly what we're doing, we know exactly what tools we need to make, which is good. I'll grab some acid mushrooms, acido mushroom. We'll get some sekai gun. I get some kinzoku kizu, pick up a peeper, get back here. Oh, too fast for me so far. Hello Reefback. I look forward to actually hanging out with them properly for any amount of extended time. Down we go. So, objectives today. I do wonder what's on the list. We can make the scanner, so if I can get to a point where I can get to and investigate the first pod and survive, and or create the builder tool, I think that would be success in my eyes. I mean, the early stages of the game are pretty standard now. We picked up a lot of words, which is good. I'll have to count exactly how many we've learned in our time, which I've neglected to do so far. But I know it's good. It's when we have to start making some of the more technical and difficult components, that's when we're going to get a few more words. But again, for every item we learn to read, I suppose we're getting maybe a couple of tens of other items that we can actually use as well. So, Chori Sumi Shokuhin. Yeah, I need food more than I need water. Chori Sumi Brada Fish Sponge Jode Nankotsu Shitsu Te Karori Arigatai Koto ni Mushu. Kanpeki. Lovely. Let's fill up. That should do it. And I do want to make the fins as well, because we can actually read them. So, we've got Shirikon Gomu, Shirikon Base no Gosei Gomu, Crippine no Tane, Sakusei Suru, Sekkeizu o Pintome Suru. So I know we need to make some batteries, we need to make the fins. Don't need plasma cells just yet. We definitely don't need lubricant either. But I might make some just for the hell of it, because that is an awful lot of silicon. So we've got Junkatsuyu, Tennen Yurai no Yusei Junkatsuzai, Sangyo Yo. Let's make some of that and we can store it in the pod. And it means we get that PDA that we haven't read for ages, so that'll test me. Titanium o tsukurimashou. And let's see, PDAs, so let's go through. We've got Aurora Go wa sentai ni fuguai ga shouji, kiro kara hazuremashita. Genin fumei, shui ni ningen no seitai hano wa arimasen. Lovely. So, in the hull of the Aurora, or in the Aurora's hull, failures have occurred, knocking it out of orbit. Origin unknown, and surrounding human life, there is no response, no life. Issei seimeitai ni wa soutegai no yoto ga kangaeraremasu. Issei shigen no katsuyo wa koukateki na seizon senyaku. More practice needed. And I should know that kanji probably very well at this point as well. Koryaku shows up for like any little tip for anyone who likes games and reading in kanji and whatnot. If you just take any game that you enjoy playing on any console, type it into Google in either English or katakana, and put Koryaku after it. So that's ko as in kogeki, the ko, and ryaku as in the little kanji there, together, and it will give you a selection of guides for that game. So I don't know if I can show you actually. Should we have a look? I mean, I'm not going to starve or die anytime soon, but this might be useful for anyone looking. Have I got my thing? I do. If I can type, that's a question. Koryaku. So that's the kanji there, but I could do, what's a good one? So I've been playing lots of Elden Ring recently. Eruden Ringu. Koryaku. And then you can find yourself a guide on Elden Ring, and it will just give you lots of new grammar, lots of new vocabulary about your favorite games. So if there's any games that you particularly like and you've got an interest in finding any guides for those, hit me up, drop me a message or pop it in the chat, and we can see if we can find some useful guides for you. Because that, honestly, even if you're playing a game in English and you don't have a Japanese copy of it, you can still find the applicable guide so that you can read about it in your spare time, which is essentially what I've spent most of my time doing. So yeah, little tidbit for everyone. Good to do. Anyway, back to where I was. Ise, so foreign planet, seimeitai organisms ni wa, so teigai outside of expectations, no yoto, use ga kangaeraremasu, can be considered. So these alien organisms or resources can be used for uses outside of our considerations. Ise shigen no katsu yo. So for this foreign life forms and the resources here, katsuyo for living, wa kouka-teki na seizon senryaku desu. They are a useful means or an effective means of living. So they're useful. And junkatsuyu wa norimono ya hatsuden setsubi no kenzo ni hisshi desu. So lubrication is useful for vehicles and electrical tools, equipment development, and their manufacture. Kenzo ni hisshi desu. Vital. One thing I do find interesting is, I've got wine in my mustache, fantastic. One thing I do find interesting for Subnautica that I've noticed significantly more than anywhere else where I've been reading is the word hishi is showing up significantly more than hitsuyo. Suppose we're talking more about like urgency and vitality, so that'd be my first assumption anyway. But I find that interesting as well because I find kanji and whatnot interesting. Anyway, I've probably lost some hunger in that explanation, but it was fun, so forgive me. Where are we? What do we need? What are we doing? We can make the knife. Could I read the knife? Bugger it. Survival knife. Nice. 標準的なtaki no survival tsuru. So 標準的, a basic or a standard, and taki no multifunctional, functional survival tsuru, survival tool. Very nice. I think that might be the first time we've made the knife.
Weapons were
And we've got it. Oh, bugger.
Why
did I do that? Massacre is going to be that word I just saw. Yep, the Aurora always blows up. I'm going to have to give that narrator a name, I think. So, let's have a look. Obrakshisu Prime ni yoru. New word, Satsu jiken. Iko, Dashutsu poto no fabricata kara buki rui. Buki rui wa tori nozokaremashita. Were removed. Survival knife wa yuitsu no reigai desu. If I can only remember what that kanji is. Because the rest of it's fine. Jiken is like instant, iko, since, dashutsu pod is fine. Bukirui is types of weapons. Tori no zokare mashita is to have been removed or like taken away from. Yuitsu is single or lone, and reigai is like what's the word in English? Exception. Reigai desu. But I don't know that kanji. If you've ever seen the British meme, I don't know my fruits. No, it's not a pomegranate. Try again. Let's have a look at the word because I can accept defeat. I'll be humble enough in that. Let's start off a new block. I will start to itemize these at one point. I promise. Let's go back. I was looking at some other bits with some of my friends earlier, but ignore that. We've got Satsu. Let's look up the word massacre. Gyakusatsu. I did know that. Why did I know that? That's probably more concerning. Gyakusatsu. Probably from a yokai book, I'll be honest. I do like yokai. I spend a lot of time talking about yokai actually, because they are quite entertaining. I will zoom this in as well, because that's so tiny. Gyakusatsu. That's the one. Massacre. So let's go back. I will put this word on our list. So last unknown word, properties. That can go in there. Is it tidy? That's the question. I think that, yeah. Move it a little bit. No, there we go. and run number, that puts us on run number 30. We have done 29 runs so far. Kind of alarming. Fairly decent. I'll accept it. Before we go, let's have another look through that. So we've got Abraxis Primeによる逆殺事件以降、脱出ポッドのファブリケータから武器類は取り除かれました。サバイバルナイフは唯一の例外です。完璧。And then this one we've had almost every time. But 周囲の放射線量増加を検視しました。ローラ号のドライブコアの損傷から予測される増加量と一致しています。素晴らしい。And I've got the knife all for about 5 seconds. So, time to say goodbye. よろしいですか？はい。Unfortunately. Let's start again. 新しいデータでゲームを始める。Fire away.
Attention. Hull failure imminent. All personnel abandon ship.
I can only imagine at this stage what our protagonist must be feeling. I also think that for this challenge, which I initially thought was a good idea, I probably should have picked a shorter game with less words in it. But again, what are you gonna do? We remember the word, so it's all good. Gyakusatsu. Gyakusatsu. Luckily, there is no one on this planet to Gyakusatsu suru.
The Aurora
Aurora
suffered
go,
orbital hull failure.
全体に不具合が生じ、
Signs detected.
基本素材、チタニアム。個人用ツール、装備品、標準酸素ボンベ、O2 混合圧縮され呼吸に適した空気。はい。Everything we've just hovered over is fine. I think these ones are even fine. Why am I doing it? 連続することで運転中のポンプから空気を輸送できる。I know this. I know this. 輸出、輸入、はい、輸送できる for transfer, so we're safe. I'm not going to be so ballsy, I think. I'm going to take it a bit slower, a bit calmer. Let's do what we actually set out to do. That's probably going to be the wisest thing. Hello, Rabbit Ray. Where are we today? I should know. So, アシッドマッシュルームを拾う。4つを拾った。And we can even get some glass. 石灰岩。
Is an essential component of all
石
powered
英
equipment.
を拾
Your
う。
probability
Hello.
of survival has just increased to unlikely,
Unlikely,
but plausible.
but probable. おそらく、きっと。It's funny as well. Osaraku, I think I'd never seen before I played this. Probably had heard it but never really paid too much attention to it. And since seeing Osaraku, I think in the first ever run, I've seen it in about 5 other different forms of media since. So, can't say that this isn't an effective challenge that's doing me any good. So, we've got enough for a battery. I'm hovering again, so Ashido Mushroom, Murasaki Iro no Kinrei, Sansei no Taisoshiki o Motsu. So, a purple fungus has an acid bioform, or like body composition. We've done titanium. Hyson no Hishi Sozai, so used in wiring. Sekie Keshako. Keshako? Keshoka shita shirika, crystallized silica. Lovely. I'm going to need some seeds. And I could probably do with picking up some gold and silver as well while I'm here. So we're going to need some sagan. Sandstone, for anyone who didn't watch the episode where I got jump scared. Again, Not really
Alien
episodes,
life
but
forms may have unexpected
let me have my
applications.
piece.
Utilizing alien
Hello,
resources is
Stalker.
a proven survival strategy.
Ignore me. Oh dear. I'm not here. You can't see me. I'm gonna move. Okay, I think he just ate my fish. I didn't know they could do that. That's completely new to me. Yep, no bladderfish for me, I suppose. It makes sense. If you're going to swim with sharks with a fish in your hand, I suppose you deserve to have it eaten, but I'm almost impressed. I've been playing this game for years, and I've never actually seen that happen. Come on, where's the sulfur thingy?
30 seconds.
Yes, I know. Beaver. More quartz. Sekie or Hiro. Dead end. Oh, very rare. Boomerang fish, don't mind if I do. Shall I risk it? Gary fish or Hiro. I've not picked up a Gary fish yet, and I suppose, again, I want to learn more words, but I also want to make sure I'm playing this objectively, so I'm not just putting myself in situations where I'm going to fail repeatedly, he says at 30 runs. I don't need to pick up any more fish at this point, so I guess I won't. Unless it adds to the entertainment value, so again, I'll leave that in you guys' hands. So, 調理済みブラダーフィッシュ、スポンジ状で軟骨質、低カロリー、ありがたいことに無臭。調理済みブーメラン、ヒレの周りが食べるのに適している。美味しそう。Lovely, and we shall make our flippers and actually read them this time as well, because I didn't even make them last time. What did I do? I made the knife. Oh yeah, no, failed on the PDA, that's why. And I can make the glass as well, which I know we had. So, garasu, jinsui na youyu sekie garasu. So, pure molten quartz glass. And I think that means I could potentially make the flashlight, denshi buhin, and the scanner, maybe. Battery, keitai you no dengen, so a handheld or portable energy source. Do kouseki and ashido mushroom. Let's make some batteries. Arata na sekkeizu ga ryo kanou ni narimashita. I do not need a power cell, but I can make one. Daiyōryō no keitai dengen, so a large capacity portable battery source or electric source. Actually no, fins. Fins are vital. Fin, 垂直方向の足の動きを前方への推進力に変換する。泳ぐ速度を約 15% 増加させる。Funny when you know the word but you can't speak. I don't have a stutter, so to speak, but I am not good at speaking, which is kind of why I'm doing this, if I'm honest. Stay out of your comfort zones, people. This woman needs to stop interrupting me. Next tool, flashlight, battery kudo no zen kankyo taiyo gata kogen. I always stumble on that. So battery operated, all environments, light source. So we shall make flashlight. Lovely, look how bright that is. We will also make the survival knife. So サバイバルナイフ、標準的な多機能サバイバルツール。We'll make that.
Weapons
Yep.
were removed from
Yakusatsu.
standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime.
And we will
The
make
knife remains
the
the only
scanner.
exception.
スキャナー、生物や技術設計図のデータを獲得できる分光スキャナー。Fantastic. 素晴らしい。
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage
I
technology and to
also
record
love.
alien biological data.
I've done all of this stuff. I've not actually made the repair tool this time, or for the last couple of times, I think, which is probably what I should be doing. So let's, just for my own memory so I don't get carried away, let's chuck that on. I'm looking at this screen, so I should probably practice again. So we've got the air pump. I won't hover over it because I don't know if I have. We've got Fuyu Shiki Air Pump, and then for the flotation device we have Ukibukuro for floating bag. What a weird reading. Let's have a look. So, which of these? So, Fabricator は入手可能な素材を使用し、利用可能なデータより環境に適した機器を提供します。安全のため、この設定を無効にはできません。What was that for? Was it when I made the flashlight? I think it was. It was, yes, because the next one is Abraxas Prime による虐殺事件以降、脱出ポッドのファブリケータから武器類は取り除かれました。サバイバルナイフは唯一の例外です。And then our scanner, again, we've got scanner は回収した技術情報から設計図を作成。I know that word. 作成したり、未知の生命体のデータを記録することも可能です。Lovely. And I'm not going to read that one about the radiation again because it's been done to death. Let's go. Secondary system. Sonshore. So I just need some cave sulfur and I'm cushy. And it's dark, but I have a torch, so nothing's stopping me now. Although saying that I probably shouldn't go around with it just permanently on. Maybe I should actually, it's very dark. Let's go. I hear you. Where are you?
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
I hear you. This game is, I've said this almost in every episode, I think. This game is absolutely beautiful, and I do love it. I see you. I'm not going to scan you, even though I could. Ooh, I've just noticed how low my health is. Let's float for a second. I said float. There we go. Can we read everything? 結晶化したシリカ配線の必須素材、純粋な溶融石英ガラス、基本的な建築素材、シリコンベースの合成ゴム、洞窟に生息する特定の植物から採取される硫黄ベースの粉末、水中で可燃性を示す。And we've done those recently. Let's heal, because I don't want to die. And I could probably do with making the repair tool, finishing off the PDAs, and we are actually at a point where I can listen to the first entry, find it, read it, and actually continue on some sort of objective. And I suppose after that it's going to be pods, sea glide, if I'm getting ahead of myself, vehicle bay, sea moth, jobs are good. Let's make the repair tool. ツール、リペアツール、多目的リペアツール、あらゆる環境で機能する。素晴らしかった。And zap yourself, because I'm assuming this protagonist or person was some sort of astronaut. And I love the fact that the first thing they do after making a repair tool is try it on their finger.
Lifepod secondary systems
Hey, that's just me.
running full environment diagnostic and
Full
now put in
Environment
results to
Diagnostic.
databank.
新たなデータが PDA に追加されました。So, and it's opened it for me anyway. 惑星 4546b の環境調査結果、カテゴリー3の海洋管星、惑星。It looks like can. Leave me alone. 大気の主成分は窒素と酸素、生物多様性に富む危険性レバヤサン級の捕食者が存在する可能性あり、海水から大量の外来バクテリアを検知。この惑星は宇宙恋愛の範囲外に位置するため、救助は期待できない。防護スーツや広域サポート装置なしでこの惑星を探索することは推奨されない。はい。脱出ポッドの二次システムが起動しました。周囲環境の診断とデータバンクへの結果出力を開始します。付近の洞窟内に硫黄性の堆積物を監視しました。硫黄はリペアツールの必須素材です。We are up to date. We are fantastic. Not me personally, just the situation. And we've got everything we need. So, that's done. Let's repair the comms unit. So, if I point that at it, 破損している通信機. Let's repair. That's done. Wait for our next PDA. I've got time before I starve. 通信機が起動しました. Back online. That doesn't come under that. So, 通信機, let's use it again.
Distress signal received.
Distress signal.
Will be dispatched to your location in
999.
9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Lovely. So, 通信機、こちらオローラ号、遭難信号を受信しました。救助部隊が現在地に派遣されます。到着は99999時間後です。引き続き他の脱出ポッドの緊急通信を監視します。はい。I can read, I just can't speak, leave me alone. So, we do not need the current pins that are hidden behind my face. So, pin をすべて外す. What do we need? So, do we need any more tools? Builder tool. Do I hover over the builder tool? Probably yes, because I'm going to want to make a base. I think we're good. ビルダー、素材から住所、クガや設備を製造するコンピューターチップ、配線キット、バッテリー。We are fine. Kuga, I believe, is module. 設備 is equipment. 製造 is to manufacture. So I'm going to pin that. I'm going to need some copper. I'm going to need some silver. Another battery. The computer chips make me nervous. Ooh, okay, we've hovered over that. Bugger. 必要不可欠な電子部品、配線キット。絶力された配線。Is that 絶力? Have I ended it all? The first one's definitely Zetsu. And it's either going to be Ryoku or Fuchi. But what is Fuchi's onyomi, if that's not it anyway? And we're here, so let's have a look at this one. Tamoki Tekiyo CPU. Why didn't I start with that one? Although Table Coral is probably going to have quite an interesting reading. And we've also got Dorsen. 銅で作られた基本的な電気配線. That's fine. So the only words I don't know are that first word there. To the drawing board. Here we go. So let's open up the dictionary. It's not Gyakusatsu anymore. It is Zetsu Ryoku, perhaps? It is not. Let's use the well-tested question mark method. Zettai, Zekko, Zetsuryo, Zetseki, Zetsuen, breaking off relations, severing one's connections. Insulation, that's going to be the one. Zetsuen. So when we have a look at this, Zetsuen sareta haisen. So an insulated cable. Zetsuen sareta haisen. Fukaketsu. Hichiyo fukaketsu. Absolutely essential. Hichiyo fukaketsu na denshi buhin. An absolutely essential electrical component or part. Zetsuen. I'm not disappointed. See more. I should probably share that again. So we've got Zetsuen. Zetsuen. Let's add that to the list. Zetsuen. Insulation. Again, probably quite useful for Subnautica in particular, because I imagine there's going to be so many electrical components. So I'm not against that actually. Zetsuen. It's also going to be useful when we get to the amp eels in the mushroom forest, because they are very electrical, and I imagine they probably have insulating skin or something to that effect. So Zetsuen is going to be a useful word. That's been updated. I will click off that. I will click off this, and I suppose the beauty of that is planning ahead. I can make all of the components for the builder. I can read all of the components for the builder. I can read the builder itself, I think. We could, yeah? I think we could. We could. Yeah. 素材から住所、区画や設備を製造. I can't read today. Everyone has bad days, guys. Everyone. So we can read all the components, we can read the builder itself. The only thing I know is probably going to catch me out, and I'm half expecting it already, is when you make tools in this game, a PDA pops up letting you know either what the tool does or giving you more sort of feedback and input into what to do next. And I am fairly certain that it's going to do the same with the builder. So even though I can make it, probably going to get caught up. We'll see. One thing I am doing, because I am very much enjoying this challenge, is I think in, again, episode 1 or 2, I was talking about not wanting to go away and spoil this challenge for myself too much. I think my major focus in that was not to play the game too much in the interim, to sort of like not give the game away and give myself too much vocab. But what I am doing is I'm doubling down on learning vocab through other methods in the interim, because I want to get through as much of this as possible. So I'm hoping in that you might see that my vocab improves at different rates as the challenge goes on, hopefully in a good sort of trajectory, but we'll see. I just want to be as fluent as possible when it comes to reading in particular, because I love reading and I love video games, so yeah. And hopefully it's helpful for you guys as well, we'll see. Let's go. Air tank. Hyojun Sanso Bombe. 装備品標準酸素ボンベ今後圧縮され呼吸に適した空気. What I need to do as well is, reading's one thing, being able to actually remember those words outside of having that sort of, what's the word, having this stimulus in front of you. If you can remember those in regular conversation, not that you'll be talking about compressed air tanks anytime soon, it's just another show that it's not just like rote memorization, but actual growing language ability as well.
Your
So
probability of survival has just increased to unlikely. but
おそらく
plausible.
I do not want the egg. Michi no tamago o hirou. いいえ。卵が必要じゃない。どう get some more 金属 or はい、金属 or it is 金属 isn't it? 金属くじ yeah. I doubted myself. I should never doubt myself. I've got 31 runs of practice. Can I get the gold and silver first time this time? That's the question. I should probably just go ahead and go into the blood kelp zone. Leave me alone, wherever you are. But I didn't use my head. I just tried to survive and fail.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Hello. It was probably him in hindsight. Or her. Be free. Oh, Jesus. Poor fish. Sagan, I should have read that, but I didn't, because in my haste I want the precious metals. But yes, Sagan. Sekaigan is limestone, Sagan is sandstone. I've not got to the point where I've read or seen what shale or any of the other different types of stone are. I'm not looking forward to it, if I'm honest. Because with every run, with every bit of progress, comes more failure. Because at this point, I've got nothing to lose. If I lose a run, it's like 10 minutes catching up. If I start building something and a difficult word comes along, all of that progress is lost. So, hello? That definitely wasn't a reefback, and it didn't sound like a stalker. Hello, bladderfish.
Alien life
Right,
forms
I'm gonna
may
learn
have
to
unexpected
put that away.
applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
So it is. Bladderfish. See, I don't need salt. I've never used salt, really. Well, I say never. Never's a strong word. I have very, very rarely used salt in Subnautica. Because if you need food, normally it's easy enough to either grow it or just get it quickly. I've never had an instance where I've been unable to get food, and I suppose the only sort of situations you'd have with that are if you're far away from a fabricator, but even then, you tend to be fine. Just prepare better. Now, you watch in future in one of these runs where I end up starving to death because I haven't prepared sufficiently, then I look forward to someone referring me back to what I just said. I know. I like to think I prepare reasonably well. Shirukon gomu yotsu o kudasai. It's the first time I've said please in this entire challenge. Yeah, Junkatsu, Tenden Yurai no Yusei Kan Junkatsuzai. I'm getting my orders wrong now.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and
Garasu
power
Junsui no
plants.
Yoyu Sekie Karasu. I need 2 of those. I don't think I've picked up any acid mushrooms, so I will need to do that too. And ideally, can't make a battery just yet, so no, I haven't. But fins, I always forget the fins. So, sobi fin suichoku houkou no ashi no ugoki o zenpou e no suishin ryoku ni henkan suru. 泳ぐ速度を約 15% 増加させる。
The fabricator
Hey.
draws from available
So that's
data
where
to
it comes
provide
from.
environmental
Yeah, it wasn't from
friendly
the
equipment
flashlight whenever you make the
using only
fins.
available materials.
Lovely.
For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Junkatsuyu can go in there, and I'm going to eat all of those platter fish. And some water. So, tools needed, so I'm going to need some acid mushrooms, and I'm going to need some cave sulfur. Cave sulfur down here. There you are, you blighter. Leave me alone. Oh dear. Up we go. Cave sulfur, acid mushrooms. Acid mushroomを拾う。レインドネトル。And the builder, we're going to need to go deeper. Once I've got the flashlight, we can go a bit further afield. Kojinyo tsuru, tsuru. We can make repair tsuru. And if I fix the comms unit first, while I'm collecting bits for the other units, then that means I can potentially get a distress call. 脱出ポッドの二次システムが起動しました。注意環境 Never mind, I was reading that. 地質データ Response 遭難信号を受信しました。バッテリー完璧。コーチにツールサバイバルナイフ
Weapons were removed from standard
Spinnies.
survival blueprints
コーチ
following
に
the
ツール
massacre on
フラッシュライ
Praxis
ト
Prime. The knife remains the
Ooh,
only
my
exception.
電力 is low. That reminds me, I need to play Fable at some point as well. If anyone has ever played Fable, it's fantastic. There's a line in it that always gets me. It's like, hero, your mana is low. What's that? Because I don't know what happened with the voice acting, but yeah, always gets me. But I do have it in Japanese as well, and it is next on some sort of list for this challenge. So we have gold. What was it that needed gold? It wasn't the builder. It wasn't the computer chip. Was it the computer chip? I feel like it might have been the computer chip. How many times can I say the word computer chip? It was the computer chip. We need to get the table coral as well. Hello, it's dark. I know I'm underwater, but... computer chip. Wiring kit I don't need on there, and that's fine. So, this might be where the run ends. Do I want to build slightly more before that happens? So we can make a computer chip now. Ideally, I would like a bit more copper. So I will go over to the creepvines, probably a bit close to the aurora, but what harm can a little radiation do? The answer is quite a lot. Four. There we go, that's what we want. Silver. Haven't had that PDA for a little while. Let's hope my memory is working today. Based on my performance so far, probably not. Ooh, knife de creepvine or kiru. I'm fine, thank you. I wouldn't like to do that. Inducer, need to calm down. Is it worth trying to scour the blood kelp area? I know I'll get lots of gold and silver. Hello, what the? Ah, is that like some sort of weird people? Right. Let's go. I imagine we'll probably get a couple of PDAs if we go too far as well. But, well. There's some lead or Namari. Take Kaigan. I need some silver, please. Ooh. Silver. There's got to be more around here. I'm having really bad luck with the gold and silver. Everything else seems to be fine.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. I need a scan room. I could probably use the silver to make the next air tank. That would probably be wise. 背面まで上昇。短距離スキャンによると、このバイオームは Oh, do I remember that word? We've definitely read it before. I do not want to be taken out by a word that I've already learned, but that's the first time in a long time we've had that PDA entry, and that's going to bug me. This is where the problems start to settle in. Let's make what we know, eh? Dolby Hin. Oh, I can't make it yet. I need more glass. Can I make glass? I cannot. Oh, do I read that PDA entry? I probably should. 銀ベースの配線キットは多くの住所モジュールに必死に構成要素です。スキャナーは回収した技術情報から That's fine. オブラクシスプライムによると虐殺事件以降脱出ボトのやりやりや That's all fine. It's this one here. 生物多様性を支えており、多くの小さな洞窟系へつながっていると考えられます。We've had it. We have had it. 短距離スキャンによると、このバイオームは That's so frustrating. Wine will help. It looks like Judite, but I don't think it is. We have to admit defeat. Because it's not coming to me, which is so annoying because I feel like it was only like maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago. Let's scroll back through the list. It wasn't that long ago, was it? Bordai, extensive. Now that is a failure. What I need to do is read through this list on a regular basis. Tiki, Bordai, Dordense. That's a point. Let's hide this because obviously we've picked up some gold and silver for the first time in a little while. So we've got Kin, Takai Dordense o Shimesu, Hijoni Kichona Shakai Teki Zaisan, and Ginko Seki, Dordense to Sakin Sayo o Shimesu. Ah, but table coral, that's a new one. Table coral no sample. コンピューター製造用の貴金属、超金属をわずかに含む超金属、貴金属。So that kanji, I can't hover over it because these descriptions annoyingly won't let you do so. So you've got 製造用の that next kanji is the same one that we've got in kicho for valuable, but it's coming before kinzoku, which I've not seen before. So while we've got bodai has caught us out, bodai for extensive, we also have a new word in the table coral, which if we learn and use, that means that we can make the builder in full, providing that the PDA that comes from it, if there is one, isn't too difficult. So let's look and see. So I don't know how this is going to come up, whether it's just going to be a separate word, but we've got kicho, so it's that kanji there, and then kinzoku. I don't think this is going to be a complete word with all three. Maybe it is. Kikinzoku. I've been wrong plenty of times. I don't know why I say things. Kikinzoku. Kikinzoku. So, does it count? Doesn't matter. Bodai still got me. But it's nice to know that that's the reading for precious metals. I will put it on the list. If I didn't just get rid of everything. Kikin Zoku. Ubarashi. On the list it goes. Kikin Zoku. Precious metals. I was going to put special metals then, which is actually a company I used to work for. Don't ever do that. Lovely. So, last unknown word, I suppose I probably should update that actually to what we've got. At the moment it is showing Zetsuen, but just to show hubris for my mistakes, I will actually update it again to Bodai, and the run number 232. We will make a builder. We will get that done today, or so be it. Ooh, we do have, however, exciting news. We have our first PDA. Don't judge me. Ichi Shignaru ga PDA ni Tsuchinki Kochira Dashutsu Pod 3 desu. 座標をアップロードしています。現状はシーグライド。No. また私たちを残して脱出しないでください。Let's have a look see. So, 通信機記録された救難連絡を受信しました。再生します。こちら脱出ポッド3です。座標をアップロードしています。現状はシーグライドの穴を塞いでいますので、再結集に遅れても心配しないでください。また、私たちを残して脱出しないでください。お願いします。脱出ポッド3以上。Readings are fine, except for that 再結集に遅れても心配しないでください。Keshu, I believe, is the reading. Let's put it on there because it will get us otherwise. Let's try Keshu, and it is Keshu. Reading guessed correctly. Concentration of efforts, gathering together, regimentation, marshalling. Interesting. So, Sai Keshu, regrouping ni okurete mo, even if we're late while regrouping or meeting again or gathering with you, shinpai shinaide kudasai. Please do not worry. That is fine. We shall put it on the list. Keshu. I realise I was reading that again while everything was showing, so apologies. I never claimed to be an expert in anything. I just like playing Subnautica. But the damage has been done, so I think potentially... Ooh, 21 minutes, that's not too bad. よろしいですか。セーブされていない進行状況は失われます。最終セーブからの経過時間21分です。はい、and it's all gone again. This challenge is really good for anyone who struggles with feelings of loss. Yeah, if you've got like abandonment issues or you're a bit of a hoarder, play this.